Hi, everyone, and I hope I'm live on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. I have a total setup here. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Gabriella Van Rij, and it is World Kindness Day. Hi, everyone. I see some people waving at me. Thank you for doing that. I see you from far. So, World Kindness Day. Yeah, I'm so happy as the founder of the Dare to Be Kind movement to have a place that we can say once a year, come on, let's celebrate it. Of course, I would like you to celebrate it every single day, but to celebrate it today on November 13th, 2019 is special. You know why it is special? It is special because somehow this divisive world that we think we live in, it takes only one tiny act of utter kindness to a total stranger, and it changes your life. So know for a fact that, and maybe that would be the message for today. The message for today, for World Kindness Day, is that we all struggle. The grass is never, ever greener at someone else. Never greener. It is truly, I'm thinking here for a second. We think something looks beautiful and glamorous, and even what I do, the speaking and being an author, but it isn't glamorous. It's hard work. It's hard work. It's a lot of sweat. Hopefully not too many tears. But if you persist, then it becomes fun. And if you have the chance, like I do, to do something that you love, to be able to push yourself out there to help other people, even if it's just one person a day, what a joy. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I am going to try to pull in, I have an iPad in front of me, I have two iPhones in front of me, and I have a laptop in front of me. And what I'm going to try to do right now is to pull in one of our kindness instigator as a gift to you guys to know that we are out there with more than just me. There are so many wonderful people out there that are doing awesome things, just awesome. You'd never think of it. It's the everyday person like myself that is doing things to help others. So I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to my page because I am streaming through somewhere else, and I'm going to see if iPad in front of me. He is that is doing somewhere. I'm gonna write a comment. Solomon Powell, where are you? That's all I can do. I do not know where he is. So for everyone out there that is on my Instagram or my Twitter, I wanted to maybe tell you a little bit of what I'm doing. I've been on a world tour with a tent on top of my roof, and it's been absolutely wonderful. Stressful sometimes because I didn't always know where I was going to sleep, but it was wonderful. And I learned one incredibly important lesson. Nature really, really is helpful. Nature is beautiful. And because of nature, in any case, I learned to be kinder to myself and to go a little bit more with the rhythm of nature itself. And I thank you. Kindness can change lives. Thank you for saying that. Yes, kindness does change lives. But what we seem to forget is that it just takes one simple act. And I just want you to know that that one simple act is truly something that we all can do. It's not because I have a title as a speaker that it should be me. Everyone can do it. It is that simple. And you know why I'm certain that you can do it? Because it's innate. We all have it. You were born with it. And sometimes we forget it. Now you're going to ask, why me? Well, it's very simple. I have a huge booming voice, and I am one of the first cross-cultural adoptions in the world in 1966, and I know firsthand what it was like to not belong. And not belonging is not something I wish on anyone. I'm looking at several cameras here, by the way, just in case you're wondering. And so not belonging is something really devastating. It eats away at you. And I found it very, very hard not to belong. And even though I was lucky and I got a family and I was adopted in the Netherlands, I want you to know that it is just really, really difficult to try to fit in when you know that you stick out like a sore thumb. It is not easy. So I just wanted you to know that one single act of kindness we remember. And so I took all that I remembered from a childhood that wasn't very great, and I said, what if I could help one human being that would feel unnoticed, unwanted, and unloved? Just one. Could you imagine the impact? And then when I'm out there, literally with boots on the ground, what if at that moment, I could actually teach that to someone else? And that someone else then goes ahead and does it. And then it just becomes this chain. I know we talk about a ripple effect, but I like the word chain too, because we see that we're attached to one another. So what if I throw the first stone, and I'm not talking about something terrible, but if I create a ripple, what if I'm the person that lifts the stone by talking to someone else? And then the person that I'm talking to a few weeks later, maybe one day later, that person then exactly does the same thing and says, oh, I remember that crazy lady that I met, Gabriella, of the Daretobekind Movement. I'm going to do that too. And then we just kind of pay it forward. That is what I mean with kindness. That is what I mean with a single act. And that is truly what I mean within your 2-mile radius. Because often, let's be honest, I want to donate to Africa, or I want to donate to Thailand or Bangladesh, or something happened in the world. And I just want, we want to just sometimes jump in our Facebook and help for the things that we see, the awful pictures, the immigrants, things that we just can't imagine. But we can't always, right? So the acts of kindness I am talking about, spread them. You don't need one dime, not money. Money is not involved, okay? Let me take a sip. So if kindness is not involved, then the only thing, money is not involved. Hey, I made a mistake there. If it is not involved money, then what is involved? Think about it. Please put it in your comments. If you see me on Facebook, if you see me on Instagram, if you see me on Periscope Live, put it in the comment. I know one incredible thing that we give without realizing it. Time. Time is the commodity. Time. Stopping for the stranger. Instead of seeing the homeless person in your peripheral, just go around them. Go around them. That's what we do. Because you know what? I'm busy. But what if I could tell you, we are not busy. We have the time. We have the incredible power to stop for one moment, to see the need, and then to act upon it. And once we act upon it, it is obviously a kindness. That is that one moment. So our slogan is very simple, guys. One moment, one person, one kindness is all it takes to help any human being go from a negative space to a positive place. That is all it takes. Seconds. So when you see something in your peripheral, don't be in your iPhones, don't be in your devices or your any other smartphone. Don't do it. Look up. There's a whole world out there. I know it's scary, but there is a whole world out there. And that's all I wanted to remind you of during World Kindness Day. I hope it is celebrated everywhere in the world. And I hope you leave me comments about what it is that you do. Now, I'm going to look for a second because I do see that people are leaving comments. And I still have no idea how to bring in my friend. Okay, I'm going to chat. Liz. My class was so excited. Yes, I am glad. So the one that just answered is Miss Zhang. She is a teacher in Moline, Illinois. She has a terrific first grade class, and she celebrates kindness in her classroom. And she had me over, and she had one of my kindness instigators, Solomon Powell. She had him too, because he's an author of a children's book, and he was in her classroom reading to the children. And what we both try to do is to let the children know that, one, we're out there, and two, let them know that if kindness was so simple, we would all do it. But it isn't that simple, is it? So remember that. You know, when you say to someone else, oh, it's simple. No, it isn't. Otherwise, we did it all. It's really a shift that we have to go through to do that. And I'm reading here, connect with kindness around the world, be in that moment of positive action. Chris, thank you, Chris, for saying that. To be in the moment and to be in the positive action, we need to understand one huge thing. What if the person across from you is not positive? What do we do then? Do we just say, oh, we're going to ignore them? Or is there a way that we can pull them in? And I'm telling you, there is a way. And you know how? What if that person is really snippy to you? I'm in a grocery store, or I'm at a 7-Eleven, or wherever you are in the world, you're at a gas station taking gasoline for your car or your moped, and you just get this really awful, rude answer. And you're thinking by yourself, I'm the client. Why are people behaving like that? But you know what? The reason they behave like that is they are not in a positive space. Remember what we said earlier? It takes only a second to diffuse a moment that's difficult. Ask them if they had a hard day. Just ask them, did you have a hard day? And if the answer is yes, first of all, the person will start laughing. And you know why they start laughing? Because they realized that they had such a snippy tone. And in that snippy tone, in you telling them that they had that tone, they are reminded. And they are just grateful that you did that. That's all you have to do. It's not rocket science. So we are going to try to do a live on a regular basis, both through Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which is Periscope for everyone, and Instagram. Because between the two Facebooks, the 8 different ones, and someone is calling in, so I'm going to accept it. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Michelle, can you hear me? Someone is calling me, but they're not saying anything. Michelle? Okay, I'm going to hang up and go back to our live on Instagram. If you hear this and you're Solomon Powell, my kindness instigator, why don't you write something right in the chat? Step outside our comfort zone. He said, step outside our comfort zone. I love it. April is saying that it's so wonderful what Miss Zhang is doing in her classroom. Yes, she is. If anyone has a classroom out there and anyone wants to know what Miss Zhang is doing, write it in the comment and I will respond and tell you how easy it is to do a couple of exercises with the children. And I'm sure Miss Zhang can tell you way more about the children than I can. I just know that they are very perceptive and they are willing. And why is it so important to start early? First grade is actually not early enough. We have to start in the home. We have to start immediately. So by the time that these children have interactions with other children, that they know it instantly. So I have an idea right now, and that is, Saul, why don't you call me on Messenger? And then people can hear your voice, and that way you can say something about, well, kind of stay if you want to. So I leave it up to you. If you do Messenger on my Facebook timeline, I will see it on the Instagram. It will pause, and that way we can have a discussion. Does that sound like a good idea? That way I feel I can include you somehow. As this is the first time, and I'm using a program called Restream to multi-stream at the same time, so I'm pretty new at it. So if I do things wrong, please do not snap my head off on World Kindness Day. I have one enormous thing I would also like to say today. Kind of give thanks. I think for all the Americans out there, it is Thanksgiving next week. So we're getting to be in a mood where we're starting to think again. It's the end of the year. It's that time where you start reflecting on how good, how bad, or how grateful you are for the year. But whatever it is that is going on, just know that being grateful for the few people you have is awesome. It's just awesome. So I want to be grateful for a few people. I'm grateful for all the people that follow me. I'm really grateful. Sometimes I'm in awe that you follow me. So I really, really thank you on all the platforms. And there is Solomon. So I'm grateful. Solomon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. And I think everyone can hear you too. So you're going to have to speak a little bit louder because
How's that?
that's perfect. I was just going to say that I was very grateful to have Solomon Powell in my life because he's not only a kindness instigator, part of our Dare to Be Kind global movement, but he's also a team member. So he's a big player in the background, and he has been so encouraging to me. There were moments on the road that I was either a little sad or maybe a little lonely, and sometimes he kept me busy by talking to me on the phone while I was trekking from one place to another. For example, didn't we talk for a long time between California and Las Vegas?
Yes, we talked for a long time on a couple of different legs of that road trip. One that really sticks out was when you got caught in the snow.
Yes. I'm not very good at the weather changes, am I?
That was pretty spontaneous weather change, so that kind of crept up on you. That's not your fault.
Yes, yes. And but it's just, when you're away from everything and you're out of your comfort zone and every day you're seeing other people, even though I love it, sometimes it's just so nice to hear a voice of someone that it just kind of feels like home all of a sudden.
Right.
Right. He says, right.
I think that it's important. It's one of the downfalls that, like, for example, today I said I was going to reach out to friends who I haven't been in contact with for some time, and it gets easy to do that because of life is busy, but then you have social media, and you don't always make that personal connection. And like you said, just hearing that voice, it can make a difference. I spoke with one of my friends who from Alaska I haven't seen for going on 2 years now, but it was just like we had never left. We just picked up where we left off, and those kind of relationships are great, and it does make a difference when you can actually make that connection and listen to the voice of that person.
Absolutely. I agree totally. So I thank you. I thank you for all the other kindness instigators. We have April out there who connects with our Facebook page all the time and with our group. For those of you who only know me and not the movement, so we have 2 pages of everything. I know it doesn't make life easy. We have Dare to Be Kind Movement, And for Twitter, it's Daretobekind MVT in capitals, because we movement is too long and there is no space, so it's not possible. And I'm glad that Saul came on, because just as I was talking about being grateful, I just wanted to say that apart from all the kindness instigator, Megan, by the way, in Wisconsin, I want to give a big shout out to Megan. I hope you're good. I want to give an incredible shout out to our buddy Josh, who struggles every day with bipolar and mental disorder. And I don't know how to say it, so that's how I said it. I hope I didn't offend anyone. But, again, that's where I started. World Kindness Day. Let's think for 2 seconds that the grass is not greener elsewhere. People struggle. They really struggle, right, Saul?
That's absolutely true. And I like that you said the grass is not greener. That's one thing that my father used to always instill in us. It's just grass, and it grows the way you tend it. If you're taking care of it, then your grass will be just as green. And not to try and focus on what someone might have that you perceive as something that you need or want to have, but be grateful for what you have and for the people you have in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to give a shout out to a new team member. I do not know if he's online, but if he's online, James Clark is our newest addition to Gabriella / Daretobekind team. And he is a new PR agent, and he is willing and capable. And I'm so grateful that he came into my life and said, I'm going to help. And he is a pro, and we will be able to do a little bit more media, a little bit more articles, and see that the movement, which deserves it so much, to get even more exposure, right, Saul? The movement needs
Absolutely.
to move.
I have to say that there's a ton of behind the scenes work that Gabriella puts in long hours, early mornings that a lot of you don't know about. But I'm saying all of that to let you know that you're greatly appreciated, because without you, it would be even longer hours and earlier mornings. But it is a movement, and so we do need as much participation as we can, for as much as we ask of you, whatever you can do, whether it's just commenting, just getting the word out there. You can't have a movement if it's not moving. We got to continue to go forward. And it really is a lot of hard work. And the growth, I think everyone can see the growth, that it's all paying off. And I just personally want to thank everyone who has stepped up, who has shared, who's made comments. And for the people who are new to the group, and I know it sometimes is intimidating maybe to tell your story, but if you even write your story down really quick about something that's happened to you that you want to thank someone for a kindness that was shown to you, or something that you've seen in the way of kindness, write that story down, just message it to us, and we can contact you behind the scenes so that it's confidential if you'd like. But mostly, the point is that we really want to get those stories out, because you never know what your experience will do for someone else who might be going through the same thing.
I want to just jump in here for a second about the stories. So, first of all, what happened with the movement, just for anyone who's interested and really doesn't know this beginning of it, is just because I wrote my story, I am so aware that there's so many that I realize that if we read an article, if we see a short little video on YouTube or a little audio on a podcast, we suddenly go, oh my goodness, what Saul said connected, or what Gabriella said connected. And with these connections, there are 3 things that happen to you. A, you don't feel so alone in your situation, right? B, you feel more capable. So not alone, more capable. And the last one, you feel encouraged. You're suddenly encouraged that, oh my God, you're going to do it because they did, right? And so if you think your story doesn't matter, if you think in any chance that no, nobody's going to be interested in me, think again. Think again. So here, I do know that April was on. April, we need your stories. She's in Canada, eh? Come on, we need your stories. April, I've been waiting. So I always want to be a little bit delicate because I know, and Saul knows too, life is ever evolving, whatever we set out to do in the morning. And if you're a little bit like me and you have a to-do list, it's never finished. The to-do list is never finished. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about any of that. And I want to say something in Spanish for a second, because there's someone Spanish online. La bola de la bondad humana, correr todos los días. La bondad, porque es muy importante por los estudiantes y es muy importante por los adultos. Thank you. I hope that was okay. And I don't think there's anyone French on. Nope. We're good to go, Saul. So yeah, for me, I want to be grateful in this time of this period of my life that I'm off the road for a few weeks till the end of the year. I'm very grateful for sleeping in a normal bed. I'm very grateful that Saul is a team member, and I'm incredibly grateful for James Clark. And of course, we have all the people that are never named in the background. Liz Zhang with her classroom that is giving me a chance. Then you have Bobby Folsom, my manager, who's in the background. She does not like to be in front of a camera, but she does help post. She does help in the background a lot. Then you have April, you have Megan, you have Joyce, you have people that are amazing, but that are never mentioned. Shall we give a shout out to Robert Rio? Happy Moments. He has a fantastic podcast. He is trying to do good things. And let's remember just one thing. Happiness is a moment. Kindness is a moment. That's why that slogan is one moment, one person. Everything is a moment. And this is what I'm reading here. What are 3 tips to readjust the mind, especially from a setback? Love that you asked me that. Well, I'm the queen of setbacks, I think. I get a lot a day sometimes. So the first is to shake it off. And I really mean shake it off. So if you heard something like a message and it was behind the computer, I will get up and walk away from the computer. If it's your phone, walk away. Walk away from where it came from and take a deep breath. It's something that I never realized that I even did as a small child. That breath will make you shift your perception. If that doesn't help, and it's during the day and you're not alone, I would suggest going maybe to the bathroom and washing your hands, splashing some water on your neck or on your face. That does the trick for me. Those are already 2. And another one, and this one I love to use, but not everyone is able. If you have earplugs with you, 2 little minutes, 2 tiny little minutes of beautiful music. For me, it's Andrea Bocelli and French music, and for you it might be something completely different. But whatever it is, don't worry about it. Just give it a try and let the thoughts go, because they're not important. It is one moment, one day, 1 hour is rotten. Not your whole life, not your whole year. Does that make sense? My year 2019 was not that good because I lost someone really special. But it would be really not nice if I said that the whole year was a disaster, because it's not true, right? So I hope that helps you. I hope it does. I know she's listening. Thank you so much. Yes. Saul would like to add to that.
Yeah, you just made me think about depending on what the situation is. Forgiveness is a big deal. I mean, even if it's something that you've done and it wasn't against anyone. It's just you maybe failed yourself. You still need to find a way to forgive yourself. And it's real important so that you're able to move on, because you're not going to be defined by the problem you're in. You're going to become who you are after you've gone through that problem. On the other side, you'll see that power. And if you take time and think about where you were last year, how bad things were, maybe there was a situation where you felt like there was just no way I'm going to get out of this, but here you are today. You know, for sure, definitely forgive yourself. Give yourself time. And I'm a big proponent on music. I have my headphones on. I'm like Gabriella. And it depends on whatever's happening, what type of music I choose. But music is a really big deal for me. And also people. If you have good people in your life, people who are going to be honest with you, not people who are going to tickle your ear and tell you what you want to hear, but who will be honest with you and tell you what you need to hear.
You know what we should do tomorrow, Saul, for everyone that's seen this thing? Let's be so kind to post what is the favorite music that we could use when we need to calm down. Hey, Cyrus! How lovely to see you, Cyrus. I was just going to end it, but Cyrus, you might not know, or maybe you do know, hi, that it is World Kindness today. So that is why we wanted to just go online and do a little live. Yes, I understand what you're saying, Paulus. She, or he, because I don't know, is saying that they're battling with their intuition, a new school curriculum, and an art program. Feel free to text me on Messenger. I'm not able to see all the inboxes, but my Messenger on G Van Ray, I always look at. But I'm not always able to see the Instagram inbox. So feel free to text me there. But for everyone out there, we have gone way over time. We could stand here forever, but I don't think people like to rewatch something that is too long. So again, everyone, World Kindness Day. The grass is not always greener somewhere else. The message is very clear. Pay attention. Take time. Time is the biggest commodity. How you can help any other human being with time. Okay? So we'll leave you with our slogan. Solomon, would you say the slogan? Sol? Okay, I'll do it. I do not know what happened to our connection. So, one moment, one person, one kindness, be the difference in someone's life. That is all we have to do. Thank you so much, everyone, and have an awesome evening, and see you next time.